Well, Hercules back here with the video. I'm glad you guys are back joining me again today. I hope you liked the last one. And I just want to come here and talk to y'all about like what makes me a man. I was in the car driving, and I was having a conversation with one of my coworkers, and I was like, how me being the type of man I am, like my accomplishments don't make me, the accolades don't make me. Yes, I do judge myself by my accolades and my accomplishments, but that isn't everything that factors into who I am as an individual and as a person. And we got to talking, and after the phone call, I just was thinking, like, damn, like what makes me a man? And I kind of came to the conclusion that my morals, my values, my ethics, my standards, my code of conduct is what makes me a man. So the question I have for you is, what guides you? What code of conduct do you stand by? What ethics guides you? Are you just motivated simply by money, passion, fear? A lot of us operate out of fear, but we dress it up and call it other things. Like, I'm just doing this to get ahead, or I'm doing this to break generational curses, or whatever the case may be. You got to understand the position from which you operate from. So my question to you is what makes you? And I tell people all the time, like, I'm not a man based off of the things that I've done with my life. Like, yes, I'm a proud person. I have accomplished a lot of things up until this point in life, and there's still so much more for me that's in store. Excuse me. But what makes me a man is my ethics, is my standards. I've learned a long time ago in life, you'll get further ahead by standing true to the things that you'd hold close to you than just trying to get ahead or chasing a dollar or whatever the case may be. You got to understand what makes you. And I understand there are certain things morally and ethically that I'm not willing to do. Certain opportunities and things that I've lost because I wasn't willing to sell my soul, or I wasn't willing to sell out or to do things that I know didn't bring me honor. Right? And some people could just be like, well, you got to put that to the side. And it's just like, so where do you draw the line? So you put that to the side for certain instances and certain situations. When do you fully stand true on who you are? Right? And that brought me another conversation that I was having with a different friend of mine about, different masks of life. And I've talked about that on the channel before. We all have different masks. Like, the way we act with our family is different than how we act with our friends, and how we act at work, and how we act when it's just us in our own company. All those circumstances gives you different variations of what makes you up. And that's okay. I don't think that's problematic, because different situations call for different things, call for different delicacies, calls for different customs and courtesies and things of that nature. But as long as those people align somewhat, then you should be okay. A lot of people spend a lot of time and attention creating this facade, and you see a lot of that on social media. People having to come clean about lying, or not having any integrity, or using steroids if you're in the fitness industry, or filters, or a ton of makeup, or just a total lack of genuineness and authenticity. But I stand on my moral values and principles, which call for genuineness and authenticity. So what you see is what you get. I don't hide behind any filters. I don't hide behind a group of people. I don't even have a crew. It's just me that I operate off of. And I was just letting him know that, yes, you might be a man of different masks, of different characters, but they all should align somewhat, and we should eventually get to a point to where we phase out those masks and we become comfortable with who we are. Still adjusting based off of our situations, which I guess you can still call those masks, but learning that my morals, my values, my ethics, and my principles guide me no matter what situation I'm placed in. So the anas that you're getting, or the person that you're getting, is still the same individual. Right? And that's just how I choose to lead my life. Right? And like I was saying, like, I'm a man based off of who I am. And what that means is the standard that I hold myself to, the accountability that I have for myself, the integrity that I have set for my life, and me just being honest with myself and being honest with the people around me, and doing things that I know that serve me, and not just strictly from a selfish nature, but to understand, hey, I don't rock that way, or I don't vibe that way, or there's certain things that I don't like, so I'm not going to do them. Like, I don't smoke or drink, so you would never find me at a bar. It's just certain things that I don't do, certain places that I won't go. And no shade to or knock to anybody who smokes and drinks, but that just isn't in the plans for me. I think that would further hinder and debilitate me from getting to my end goal, and I understand myself well enough to know these things. right? So everything that I talk about on this channel will always revolve around to knowledge of self, knowing yourself, knowing who you are, understanding your purpose, and understanding how to align yourself with your purpose and to do things that serve your purpose, right? And the downside I will speak to, because there isn't always ups to you being the best version of yourself, or you being a man of integrity or principle or ethics. A lot of times when we talk about this in a barbershop today, as you can see, I have a lot of conversations with many different people. Conversation in a barbershop today is that I believe, and this is just my belief, not backed by any fact, people are afraid to be themselves. So when they come across an individual who isn't afraid to not drink the tea and not drink the Kool-Aid and isn't afraid to honor himself, that makes them feel some kind of way, because, well, who is he to be this way, or who is he to be all about himself? You know, I do think a little bit of it does revolve around some form of jealousy, right? And I won't say that it doesn't, but that is just solely my belief. I think a lot of us wish that we can be ourselves, wish we can be, you know, who Anash really is, or who John or Ashley or Amanda really are. Like, I think some of us really do wish deep down inside that we can be who we desperately desire to be, you know, but we fear judgment. We fear what people may think of us. We fear how it may look, or we fear the perception of it, when you just got to move true to your nature. But that is what makes me a man. So I ask you, what makes you a man, and what code of ethics or standards do you live by and you abide by in your life? So take that with you on today. Just some simple questions for you to think about and ponder over this time. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me. Thank you, and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.